glad. I am a DJ at Dill Street, and I am also, my day job, I'm a psychologist, and I work for the state and federal government. I try not to look at the generalizations that people make about DJing and about what a psychologist is. So I'm just Ben. For me, DJing is an intellectual outlet where I can have some fun, spend time with friends, and do something that I enjoy that's not necessarily about partying for me, it's about partying for everybody else. And psychology is, both are in essence human behavior, and I think what makes me a relatively decent DJ is the fact that I'm a professional in human behavior. So I think that's kind of how I join them. Dill Street is a really special place, I think, because having done a lot of going to clubs and seeing DJs, not necessarily partying, but going to see DJs because I enjoy watching and listening to people make music, I found that Dill Street has an interesting cultural, racial, even like sexual preference meshing. Like we get all sorts of different types of people here, which is really atypical of clubs in general. And I feel like in a lot of ways life in Indiana, like it's way different because you have all sorts of people here and they're able to, at least for a brief moment or a few hours, they're able to connect via just enjoying music and hanging out. And I think that that's what really drew me to Dill Street long term, because it is different than a lot of other places you go. You don't even see it at Purdue or IU. You don't see it on the same level that you see it at Dill Street, which is why I think I've enjoyed my time here and I've spent so long DJing here. My approach is purely about the experience. It's about that moment that people really connect with what you're doing, whether it be a certain mix that you did or a song that they may have grown up with that they had totally forgotten about that you bring back into their memory. So I think for me it's that whenever I DJ, it's not even necessarily about the mixes or about like the specific songs played. It's about that emotional reaction that I get from people, and I think that that's more what I'm targeting. If you ever watch me DJ for the place whenever it's full, you'll hear me or you'll see me take off my earphone, and I don't even look up. I'm really just listening to the reaction of people, and that kind of gives me an idea of where I should go next. And I think that kind of behavioral view that I take on DJing is probably different than a lot of people who have ever DJ'd here or elsewhere. I think a lot of people are focusing on, well, this song is really great, or remember when this song was cool in 1995. For me, it's more, let's use those songs as vehicles to create an emotional reaction. I think that that's kind of how my outlook is different here than most people. A lot of people see that as, elaborating a little bit, a lot of people see that as a negative, like, why haven't you moved on past Dill Street? And I think a lot of that stereotype of DJing is that you're like, one of the lost boys at Neverland, like you just can't grow up. And people don't seem to be able to separate like a hobby or something that you do because you love it. Like those passions never have to go away. But as far as DJing, like I know that the sun's going down on that, because in the end, like I identify